everyone, my review today is on a Freshie, a Neroli dominant, affordable fragrance that is unisex but probably actually more appealing to the gentleman, although I don't find anything particularly masculine about it. Talking about Ferrari's Bright Neroli. This one I think we all know about, we've all heard of. It gets mentioned in a lot of cheap summer lists for men usually, and I thought I would review it today for you. So I've already sprayed some on, but get the lid off. Let's go for a little bit more. There we go. It's 6 a.m. 6 a.m. I've got work today. 12-hour day shift today. So let's see how this one fares. It's looking like it might be quite warm today. It was quite warm yesterday, but then a bit breezy and cloudy at times. We'll see how it is today. This is the bottle. You have a really sturdy kind of leather effect lid. I think the bottle looks fabulous. I'm going to look up the prices and put them on the screen as to what it's selling for at the moment. I think it varies a little bit. I'm thinking it's usually around the £20 to £30 mark, but I will double check that. When you first spray it, if you know what Neroli smells like, then you kind of know what you're getting, but it's not a really bitter and green Neroli. It's almost like it's had the bitterness taken out. It's still a bit sharp and a bit tangy and zesty. It's like a combination of Neroli, orange peel, maybe a hint of petitgrain, but it's really not mega bitter. So it's kind of what you get, and you kind of get a little hint of the musk that's, you get a tiny bit of musk, but not a lot. It's nothing like Neroli Portofino, which gets really musky and powdery in the dry down. I find them quite different. A lot of people compare them and say they're quite similar. I really don't get it. Maybe the opening a little bit, but then the rest of it, no, completely different. So it's very bright and kind of like wakes you up, which is perfect for 6 a.m. when you're about to go on a 12-hour day shift. Nothing too much more to say than that. It's very citrusy and fresh, but not mega sharp. It's almost like the citruses or the Neroli has been rounded out a little bit and smoothed a little bit. So it's quite smooth as well as being sort of fresh and sharp. So let's see how.
Hi, yes, I'm back from my day shift and I've done 12 hours plus there has been an hour's worth of driving. So we are now just gone past 7 p.m. and I haven't reapplied Ferrari Bright Neroli. And here is the bottle once again. So I thought I'd give you the notes. The notes are bitter orange, lemon, neroli, orange blossom, rosemary, Szechuan pepper, amber, patchouli and vetiver, and the prices are around the £18 to £20 mark in the UK and a similar level for the USA. So very, very cheap because that's a 100ml bottle, and it has genuinely lasted me a whole 13 hours. I know, crazy. I do get excellent performance out of most things. I think I have skin that retains and projects fragrances very well. I'm not saying that you will get the same performance from as I've had, but I'm massively impressed with that. Now let's talk about the smell a little bit more. So it starts off very bright and zesty and but without being bitter, and kind of a rounded and smooth citrusy fragrance. You definitely smell the orange and the orange blossom and the neroli. It's very orangey smell, but not in a overtly sweet way. It doesn't smell like an orange sorbet or orange ice lolly. It does smell more like a cologne. I don't really pick up too much on the patchouli. I didn't really notice that at all. In the far dry down, there is a woodsiness which I think is coming probably from the vetiver, maybe from the patchouli, but it certainly doesn't smell that much like patchouli. and there's just a hint of a green herbalness, which is probably coming from the rosemary. To my nose it could be basil. That's that kind of scent, but it's a very underplayed and not that obvious unless you know it's there. It's just a little bit musky and woodsy in the dry down, but it does retain the neroli and orangey scent all the way through the wearing of the fragrance. In terms of projection, it's average for the most part, quite strong for the first couple of hours, and then you are aware of it throughout the wearing, but it's never too much in your face. It's quite a clean fragrance and very office safe. I would say, if anything, it's maybe a little bit boring, but it's very functional. So the pros to buying this fragrance are that it is very cheap, but it smells very good. It's very easy to wear, you can wear it for any occasion, and it's very clean and inoffensive, and well, certainly for me, extremely long lasting. The cons are, it's a little bit boring. If you're really into fragrances and you're a collector, then you may well have no use for this. Personally, I think if you want something in a similar vein but with a little bit more character, you could go for any of the Galan Aqua Allegorias. In particular, you've got Herba Fresca and Pampaloon, and there are others, Mandarin, Basilic. They all have a little bit more character, but they don't have the long-lasting qualities, and they're not quite as cheap. But still, if you're looking for something that's just functional and it's going to have you smelling good, you can completely justify buying to wear it at work every day, then I think Ferrari Bright Neroli is a great option. I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm starving hungry and I need a wee, so I'm going to go and do one or the other of those two things first and then the other thing. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.